considering retirement, or of where you would need to live for the remainder of your life, some kind of tropical island probably runs over your psyche. However, it's most probable nothing explicit, something that you can just dream of. Rather than surrendering it to your creative mind, why not investigate a portion of these fantastic grounds so you can have an unmistakable objective for yourself? Taking you the whole way across the world, you will see these astounding spots for yourself. All things considered, prepare comfortable and we'll perceive what your future just may hold, assuming you can escape lockdown. Beginning, the Seychelles Island is our first objective. It's situated in the Indian Ocean, close to Kenya, Madagascar, and is host to probably the most excellent greenery on the planet. It audaciously is the meaning of a tropical island, with the sun radiating it, completely clear waters, and having a lot of palm trees to go around. Fortunate for you, however, there is somewhat of a human impression effectively here. Importance: you can fly over and remain in a delightful cabin, rather than fighting for yourself and scavenge for food. You get to simply appreciate the entirety of the potential gains that the island has to bring to the table with negligible disadvantages. The Seychelles Global Air Terminal opened rather as of late in 1971 too, which means it is as yet a genuinely new land and there is a bounty for you to investigate, and still feels unique. With everything taken into account, Seychelles is an excellent spot, and ideally, it makes it on your short rundown. Coming up next are the Palawan Islands, and they are indeed situated inside the Philippines. A spot is known for its characteristic excellence. The Palawan specifically have a ton of assortment to them, which makes for an extraordinary movement called island jumping. From lavish uneven reaches to encased watering openings and rich seashores, there's in every case more to see on the following island. The Palawans are made out of around 110 islands, making island jumping an authentic vacationer activity. There is bounty to investigate and encounter here, all inside the solace of the absolute most wonderful view. Notwithstanding the island bouncing, there are additionally numerous towns and societies inside everyone to encounter. There are numerous visits you can take too, including boat and kayak rides along the reasonable blue water. You really will dunk your toes into whatever may show you the Palawan Islands. The island of Corfu is next up and has to a greater degree a resort feel to it. It's situated in Greece and really has a massive measure of history around it. Corfu has had referred to human contact since as ahead of schedule as 1300 BC, believe it or not BC, not AC, which implies it has been thought about for more than 3,000 years. With a lot of fights occurring on this very land, it even has establishes in Greek folklore, which imagined it as such a heaven. These days it is one of the more developed islands and has a lot of towns and streets that experience it. In hate of this, there is still a lot of excellence to be found inside its tendency and furthermore inside its old human design. Notwithstanding the rich untamed life and excellent waters, it is additionally home to a tremendous measure of old structures, demolishes, strongholds, and even palaces. In case you're searching for a touch of both characteristic and man-made excellence, at that point Corfu is certainly the objective. There is bounty to do and see here, and in spite of its prevalence inside Europe, it is still moderately obscure in the West. Next up is the island of Anguilla. This island is, truth be told, a piece of the Caribbean islands, however, dissimilar to the mind-boggling prominence of the Caribbean in years past. Anguilla is somewhat more obscure and still offers a new involvement with the Caribbean. Anguilla keeps up its position of safety presence because of the current ban set on the island. Journey boats, Gambling clubs and skyscraper inns are completely prohibited here, making it less engaging for your normal vacationer. Supplanting these extravagant things is the excellent nature situated here. Completely clear waters and immaculate land are just a portion of the brilliant ascribes that Anguilla has. Despite the fact that the island isn't vigorously evolved, there still are some decent hotels that will ensure you have a great time. There is additionally an incredible network here, one that is consistently prepared to host gatherings and concerts once the sun goes down. Presently its elusive tropical island without the notice of the Philippines, at any rate, multiple times presenting Boracay, one of the Philippines' first-class islands. There is a motivation behind why this is a particularly astounding island as well, as it checks all the cases you would envision a tropical excursion to have. It has faultless seashores loaded with extraordinary white sand that stretch for a significant distance. Cruising, swimming, island jumping, and climbing are simply to give some examples of the exercises that are here. However, it has pretty much anything you can envision. Since going here is somewhat famous, they make it simple to travel, with groups that incorporate travel in and transport, making your excursion a lot simpler. On the off chance that searching for that ideal excursion, it is difficult to turn out badly with Boracay. In the event that you actually need an astonishing excursion, Koh Lipe is the best approach. This island appears to be the meaning of heaven. Just the most magnificent waters are here, joined by the most extravagant greenery possible. Rather than getting a charge out of this great view on the 12th floor of some inn like some different islands on Koh Lipe, you will live inside it, in one of their many seashore lodges. Contingent upon which beach side you choose to remain on, you will likewise find the opportunity to see the dawn or nightfall consistently, making for a genuinely outstanding morning and night. Notwithstanding the awesome cabin life that you would have, there is likewise a close-by town with a lot of bars and music to appreciate around evening time. While Koh Lipe sounds somewhat astounding, there are additionally numerous different islands around it, which means there are a lot of visits to go on, so you never get exhausted of similar lovely perspectives. Crushing the pattern of going spirit to nature, we have St. Bart's. This is the go-to objective as you have a few 100,000 beggings to be spent. What's at St. Bart's separated from the rest is fundamentally its housing and general feel. Everything here is rich. You can lease to present-day homes constantly and even a super yacht if it's truly what your emotional meltdown wants. Despite its value, it unquestionably is a brilliant spot to go in the event that you need to completely unwind, yet consider some to-be sights as well. St. Bart's goes all out. So much indeed that one of its featured exercises is simply extravagant shopping, not in any event encountering the island itself. However, there is still bounty to do here as it is host to numerous awesome seashores, top-notch food, and generally astounding lodging. St. Bart's is a definitive retreat in the event that you have the cash to do as such and it doesn't disillusion. Despite the fact that you have presumably known about Hawaii, you no doubt don't know a considerable lot of the islands it's comprised of. Presenting Kauai, one of Hawaii's common miracles, Kauai, in contrast to numerous different islands, has a wondrous sloping area that has boundless potential concerning astounding perspectives. There's additionally bounty to do here, from guided ATV, boat, and zipline visits to hitting the fairway and horseback riding. This island truly is a handyman and makes certain to satisfy any of your excursion needs. There are likewise a few towns with resorts here as well, so you can expect the best of treatment following your monotonous long stretches of adventuring. The island of Kauai figures out how to shrewdly adjust the miracles of normal excellence just as the extravagances that come from current culture, making it an astounding getaway or even retirement objective. The ambergris cay additionally hits gold, finding some kind of harmony between keeping you agreeable and allowing you to encounter the entirety of the rich nature the island has to bring to the table. It is situated in the Caribbean and is really a piece of Belize. There is a practically boundless measure of activities here as its sheer size takes into account nearly anything to work out as expected. There are loads of water exercises from jumping, cruising, fishing, and you can even visit the Great Blue Hole, which is an enormous sinkhole that goes more than 300 feet. There are many secured species on this island, meaning you will most likely have never observed these creatures with your own eyes previously, let alone, all things considered. The assortment is tremendous from fish to winged creatures and monkeys. There are likewise a significant number of verifiable locales that may top your advantage also, for example, old Mayan vestiges and engineering in and out of town. Ambergris Cay is an absolute necessity in the event that you truly need to submerge yourself in the miracles of an advanced tropical island. Finally, we are returning to Greece, investigating its most celebrated island, the Santorini Island. It gets this title for an explanation as well. It has pretty much all that you would actually need on a tropical island. The Santorini Island has the awesome seashores and nature that you would go to an island for, and has some considerably more also. It has wonderful old urban communities, heaps of mountains and untamed life, and even a functioning well of lava. Truth be told, you could stream ski to the fountain of liquid magma, hang out on the magma sand seashore, fly ski back, and climb to one of the old urban communities to appreciate a dinner on the water across the board night. That being stated, the Santorini takes the cake on this one, as it has pretty much anything you can envision being a definitive objective.